So Britain is heading back to the polls on December the 12th for the third time in 4 years. They will vote in a general election, and one thing will dominate.
To get Brexit done, and there is only one way to get Brexit done.
Drop the deal because it's not Brexit.
Labour will get Brexit sorted within 6 months.
Catastrophic cliff edge of a no-deal Brexit.
Britain was supposed to leave the EU in March, and in April, and again in October. But it's in the midst of another extension, and political parties are hoping a majority will unlock the parliamentary paralysis. Here's why. There are 650 constituencies in the United Kingdom, from Orkney and Shetland in the north to St Ives in the south. To get a majority in Parliament, you need 326 seats. And that is where the problem has been for Theresa May and Boris Johnson since 2017. Neither have had a majority on their own, meaning getting anything done was a problem. Theresa May relied on the support of the Northern Irish Democratic Unionist Party, while Boris Johnson had even less of a majority after taking the whip off MPs who rebelled over Brexit. Here is where the big parties stand. Boris Johnson's Conservative Party have a simple message: get Brexit done. They were the biggest party in 2017, but will be hoping for a clear majority this time to push the Prime Minister's Brexit deal through. In 2017, Labour did unexpectedly well, but they still ended up the minority party. Their Brexit policy is less clear-cut than others. They now support a second referendum, and they're trying to thread the needle with their support base, some of whom are Remainers and others who are Leavers. The Scottish National Party currently has 35 seats, but that could rise because of Boris Johnson's relative unpopularity and Scotland's vote to Remain in 2016. And that is precisely what the SNP will campaign for: Remain and Scottish independence. The Liberal Democrats had a tumultuous political decade. They were coalition partners from 2010 to 2015, and that decimated their political support. Now they're standing on a clear platform of remaining in the EU, and they're polling in double digits. Now, one party, not even in Parliament, but who could play a huge role in the election, is the Brexit Party. It didn't exist in 2017, but they won the most votes in May's European elections. Led by Nigel Farage, their Brexit policy is clear. They want out, and they want a clean break from Europe. Britain's going through one of the most volatile political moments in its history, and the last few votes have shown that elections are just that. In short, no one knows how Parliament will look on December the 13th.
Traditionally, it was just US access to Chinese markets. Now we're saying that US businesses can buy to, can sell to.
Correct. So now they can sell. So we have buyers in 190 countries. So in the four corners of the globe, people are every day, 10 million business buyers are on the Alibaba.com platform. So manufacturers and wholesalers here in the US can now get on the platform to sell to the world. And what's really interesting about this is 70% of US small businesses are not yet digital. So like there is this whole population of businesses that need to get digital to trade in the global economy.
Talk to me about the potential opportunity if we're just talking about US businesses selling to US businesses, because you've predicted this is a $1 trillion market.
This is really important. Most small businesses are not digital and they trade locally with their customers. And so to be able to connect a small business owner in Dallas, Texas to a customer in Seattle or New York or any place in the US, if you're a Washington State apple grower, if you're a baseball bat maker in Louisville, you know, those businesses want customers around the US, and we've got millions of them on the platform. 1/3 of the buyers on Alibaba.com are US businesses. So sort of stands to reason, if you want to sell more products in the US, this is a good place to do it.
I mean, you're an American and you're working for a Chinese company, a huge Chinese company at this stage. Have you sensed any change in attitude towards facilitating a Chinese company here in the United States, given what's going on?
Yeah, I think small businesses around the world all want the same thing, which is they want more customers, they want more margin, they want to, you know, feed their families and send their kids to college. That's a universal, global desire of a business owner, and we're seeing strong enthusiasm for the Alibaba.com platform.
Yeah, Danny Rose, the Tottenham and England left back, he gave an interview to myself and a couple of others earlier this year, and he said, I have to mentally psych myself up to go to places like that. I wonder what he'll be doing ahead of that fixture in Bulgaria, along with the rest of the England squad. I am firmly in the camp that you now need to walk out of the kind of situation most ordinary people watching this, Amanda, would not tolerate in their place of work.
Well, let's just have a listen to what happened to Romelu Lukaku when he took to the field against Cagliari in Serie A a couple of weeks ago. It is so very clear to hear there the monkey chants, what was being directed at him. Paul, what would you have said to Romelu Lukaku in that position? Would you have encouraged him to walk off the pitch?
Not at all. I would have said, get on and do it. I mean, I was a pro footballer and I was there and I wanted to play football. No one was ever going to stop me doing what I, as far as I was concerned, born to do. I wanted to play in every single game. I wanted to play every minute. And if people want to come in and abuse me, as they did in the early 80s, I would laugh at them because in my mind thinking, you spent money to abuse me. If I walk outside and I see you, you won't say a word to me. It's sheer ignorance, naivety, and are they really racist in a way, or are they just following people? Because it's very, very difficult to gauge exactly how you deem someone as racist. But no one would know, as far as I'm concerned, I want players to stay on the pitch and make those people, if they can carry on and do it 90 minutes, rub it in their noses by going and winning a game of football and showing that you're better than what's showing the other side.
There's a problem with that, and that is that you are mentally strong. What about the people who are talented but who are not mentally strong? What about the people who are offended by seeing that kind of thing? We have to create a culture. We have to ensure that a culture exists where people can go to work and feel that they can go about their business without enduring that.
On the other side of it, you have to suddenly... You don't just suddenly become mentally strong. You become that. And myself growing up, I had to become that from the area I was brought into, where I was brought up, as being one of the few black families around. I had to grow up, and the one thing I had it thrown in front: do you want to play football or not? When I got kind of emotional after a game at Ellen Road, Leeds, what I want to do? And I was given a choice: do I want to play football or not? Yes, I want to play. We'll get on with it.
The only thing I would say about that, Paul, is that we're in a different period of time now. We're in a period of time where people do not have to fear being discriminated against, particularly on a football pitch. And what we're seeing now is a lack of protection for our black players, not just around the world, in England as well. Yeah. We're seeing a lack of protection. There is a three-step protocol that should be followed. That abuse that we heard just now, the referee should have stopped the game and asked for a Tanno announcement. So players like Lukaku, players all around the world are not being protected by football's own rules.